we're here for another edition of the Friday night fan film, whatever. Monday night. It's been a weird week, people. Monday night fan film watch party here.
It's okay. As long as you still got the ass from elbows, you're good. You can forget your days.
Someone's going to bring this one up. It came out a year or so ago. I don't know how many years in the making. But someone made themselves a... Whoops. Hold on. Here we go. A Captain April fan film. Yeah, you think I'm not going to comment on this one? I've already made a review on it since it's up.
Oh, duh.
Yeah, of course. It's going to draw me like, hey, I'm just offended they didn't ask me for anything, or advice or whatever. Would have been this way. There we go.
Where are you going to be, hon?
But this was made about a year ago, and it looks... I went to the credits. They didn't use either of the usual suspects for their sets, either Ticonderoga or Georgia, or even like Starship Ajax in Oklahoma. No, it looks like they built their own sets. I mean, they went and built their own 11-foot Enterprise model, so what the hell? Bridge set's pretty easy, quarters.
Be back in a few minutes. Gotta switch over to the other area here.
All right, no problem. But this basically it came out of, it's been in the works for a while. And itch. And when they finally came out with it last year, of course, I had to jump all over it. And it's actually pretty. There's a few little sniggling details here, technically, that I don't go with, and I wonder about the timeline. But overall, it's a good watch. So we're going to go through that. Still no word yet on Vic joining us at any time, but that stuff is on hold and ready to go. In fact, I've got the plan is, watch the 3 vignettes they did before they started in with the Start to Continue show itself, and then go through that one unfinished one. Then we can get a comment on that there. But before we lose anybody else, we were 4 people at one point, but we got 2 people here. So let's just go ahead and let's start. This is Star Trek First Frontier. This is back when you could still get legitimate high-profile guest stars on the show. You got Barry Corbin showing up here. You got Mr. Maurice Minifield from Northern Exposure himself here. So let's go for it here. Yeah, this is not long after Dorothy Fontana passed on.
Some Redshirt just poked in the chat. He doesn't have any internet right
now.
Oh,
right. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, he's I'm watching the channel.
Yeah. Carl Sagan.
Yeah. Okay, so sending you a link right now would not be reasonable, huh? I'm not sure what I've gone with the horn or music personally, given the setting. But, by the way, the guy they had playing April in this one, he was also supposedly going to show up in Axanar playing April, or some version of Axanar that I was cooking up in his room. I figured I wanted to go into the chairs. I know, but it's like, There's also legal issue. Well, yeah. The screen here. Also, if you wonder about the Also, just using a ready-made movie score is also kind of strikes me as just a tad lazy. I don't know. It's just not the right period for this thing. You want to try and evoke the era of when you're setting it in. This is Star Trek 2 onwards. Okay, this is not pre-TOS. I'm also not a fan of really long opening credits. So get to the freaking movie already, okay?
Space, the vast, mysterious cradle of existence.
Yes, Michelle Nichols.
It is estimated that there are over 100 million worlds that could foster complex life multiplied by billions of galaxies.
Mm-hmm.
Are there other beings who stare into the night sky, dreaming? The quenching of humanity's insatiable curiosity. The answers to humanity's oldest questions. These are the treasures of the human adventure, and the adventure is just beginning.
Shuttle set. This is Jan from Mars.
All right.
Please follow the designated flight path.
And there she is. And again, not CGI. That is a physical model they built. The proportions are a little odd. But yeah, they filmed it. It's shot it out at not in Orlando. I think it was at Universal. They had a small stage there. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. Well, a small, or maybe in full sail. No, but some films elite.
Rob, that's how you do it, old friend.
Great, thanks. Been a long time. I mean,
Magnificent, isn't she? Yeah, how long before she's ready?
Starboat Collector's due to launch from Earth in 24 hours, and that's it for the heavy lifting. We should be ready to go in about 2 weeks. Hey, you want to grab a drink?
Yeah, I'd love to. I got a meeting.
Life of the Starfleet captain, huh?
Careful what you wish for. You'll know soon enough.
Hey, if I do, it's because I learned from the best. Hey, I'll see you at the ceremony, though.
Right, yeah. See you then.
Nobody wants to use the original transporter sound from the cage. And I understand why it's annoying, but it's also canon. So.
Lieutenant, did you find something? Signs of life, sir, but my equipment must be malfunctioning. How so? It says they're all around us. Right on us, even. Right on us. Well then, get to the ship now. Sir?
I'm showing one.
What?
I'm showing one.
I said upvotes.
Oh, that's okay.
Space is a young man's game, Cal.
All right.
I've done my time. I can do much more good on Earth than I can out here anyway, so.
Okay. Well, tell me again how you came to this conclusion.
Yes, Captain April is in therapy.
How many ways you want to hear this?
It would help if you elaborate a little.
I may be saying much, just, counseling.
Help what? Help who we helping her?
There's some kind of incident happened before this, so he's having to do a little counseling for.
The only thing that surprises me is that I'm still here. It's a waste of time, man. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Command doesn't think it's a waste of time.
All right. Rosetta having trouble getting back on, so she'll be in the chat for a while.
Thank you, man.
Captain,
Have a good day.
the session isn't over yet.
It is for you. You say anything?
He's not ready.
PTSD?
3 sessions. Seems all traces are gone, but I would advise against active duty until I have more time to know. The truth is, there can be residual effects.
Noted. Thank you, Dr. Cinda.
Again, this is a few years before Pike. I have no problem with the uniform. See, it's a subtle change. We'll change the color.
Captain
Looks like it.
It's good to see you again. Sir, at ease. Ready for your ceremony? The carrying order of heroism is a rare distinction.
Not a lives were lost, sir.
Lives saved because of your decision making.
All my decisions that cost me their lives, sir.
Voice sounds kind of like
You read the file, no one could perform better. It was a no scenario.
I want to re-offer you a captaincy in the Constitution Project.
I've requested a transfer to an earthbound assignment, sir. I've already turned down this offer more than once.
I'm very aware of what you've done, Captain, but this mission is history in the making, and I need you. I want you to take the Enterprise. You've been involved in the Constitution construction project. I know you want to be a part of this.
It's the biggest thing that happened to Earth since first contact.
Permission to speak freely, sir?
Of course.
Sir, I don't have any. Or I don't want it. Either way, you have my answer.
Sit. Sir. What I'm about to tell you is highly classified.
Yes, sir.
One of our ships, the Bonaventure, was on the outer fringes of its range, studying the effect of a nearby ion storm on the surface of the planet. Crew was able to get a distress call off before they were eaten. Insides first, and while still alive. The other reporting. Computer. Play transmission file Bonaventure 10-372.
Ew.
What?
Ew.
What?
What's left of the crew? That ship,
What is that symbol?
We found it all over the ship, drawn in blood, and not just ours.
Do we know what it means?
The Vulcans do. They call themselves the Saurian. Vulcans say they hibernate for centuries at a time. We're the unlucky ones that woke them up.
What's the translation?
All will die. The Vulcans say this species decided there.
And now we're up to 4.
They have one purpose: destruction.
To what end?
Destruction for nothing more than destruction's sake. It's a biological need for them.
Have we tried communicating with them?
We've tried. According to our intel, there is no reasoning within their force of nature. They move by raw instinct.
This still doesn't explain why you need me. You have an entire fleet. You have an academy. You have Captain Nagura, who's the best.
Who has been reassigned to Starfleet Command, promoted to Commodore Nagura. The Enterprise needs a new captain.
Since the supply run,
For which you are receiving the order of heroism.
which I visited a lot of funerals.
April, I'm asking you. These creatures are a threat.
Sir, I respectfully must decline.
Understood.
Thank you, sir.
The old Saurian brandy bottle.
You still got one of those instruments?
I got one of them. Yeah, I need a cork for it. And probably knew Heather done it for it.
Wasn't that originally an old whiskey
It's a George Dickel commemorative whiskey bottle from the line they had in the mid 60s. Yes, Arlington Cemetery is still being used. No real reason why they wouldn't be. This is one of the last of the really big fan films to come out. And definitely a higher level, even as uneven as it is. Still got a higher bottom level than most fan films. I think it's Michelle again.
We've got our album somewhere.
Yeah.
You know me too well, Robert. I'm confident you'll see it my way. Sarah, you look stunning.
Thank you, Emma.
Robert and my wife were half as radiant as yours. I want to be close to her, too. Sarah, may I borrow you for a moment?
Of course.
And get your cranky husband to take command of the ship.
They won't send you on another tour, huh?
Yeah?
Come on here. Hey. Turn this into a retirement ceremony, Andy? Yes, little time at home would do you any harm.
At least they're not going along with the thing they're running. Captain
You
April,
used to look nice
yeah,
guy.
British guy.
Yeah, I don't know where the
Talk
hell.
about those
The
distant
dying
stars
carriers
in
or
the galaxy. You tell me how far
I
they
don't know
were.
where they got that, he took like a Cambridge professor with a sweater.
You'd say,
Yeah.
when I'm growing up, you won't be so far. That's what you've always wanted to do.
But even Dayton went along with that one.
It's kind of, that's the way they do it in the novels. That's what they do.
Different things, Dad. What you talking
Yeah, yep. Makes a lot of sense.
No.
Well, you got a wife. You got a life now. You know, this thing here, that ship is the last one that goes across the ocean over the water. Takes tourists on pleasure cruises to Honolulu. Puts me in mind of the time we didn't know it was across the ocean. Took years to get there. I don't know whether it was a want or need, or just an abundance of curiosity. Well, this is a stout drink here. What I'm trying to say, son, is that no matter what you decide, you're a hell of a man. I respect your decisions, and I'll back it all the way. Remember, you're grown up now. Stars, not so far. I'm gonna go get me another one of those stout drinks.
If I could have your attention, we'd like to welcome Admiral Taylor to the podium.
Thank you very much. And on behalf of the United Federation of Pilots, thank you all for your attendance here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, the Karagite Order of Heroism is a distinction bestowed upon extraordinary men and women who display bravery above and beyond the call of duty. There are people here in attendance tonight that have a second chance at life. I would ask them to please elevate their hand now. They have a second chance because of Captain Robert April, whose courage, quick decision-making saved not only their lives, but the lives of hundreds of others who are not here with us tonight.
Oh, just doing my job, sir. I don't want
On planets that stretch across the far side of the galaxy. Ladies and gentlemen, Captain Robert April.
Starfleet Command, this is Admiral Taylor. What's going on?
Sir, it's the Endeavor.
I can see that. What's not supposed to happen?
She's reporting an overload. She has about 60 seconds to reach.
Imperial transporter range for evac.
We're too close to that ship. Shields on the station aren't strong enough. Everybody run!
Now, about that command position, Captain.
Robert, say something.
Wiki wiki.
God. He's fine. Say that we have the courage.
What?
That's Sarah.
Either way.
Don't just yet.
Yeah, I'm fine. What the hell happened?
We just received this video. I'm sorry. They have a system.
What were they saying?
Oh, God.
We will get approach to the horizon leading us. I thought you were taking an earthbound assignment, sir.
This is just temporary.
Not today, sir. Earth bore me too.
She's pretty young for me, too.
I have very high marks at the academy, probably the highest, and I'm damn good at what I do.
Takes more than marks.
Yes, sir.
should we make sure this ship doesn't go boom too? Yeah.
Look a little bit.
Yeah, it's like it should have gone.
We are beginning our course, sir.
Enterprise, this is April. Please have Captain Collins meet our shuttle. April out.
All right. Yeah, shuttlecraft is the Sagan. Yeah.
Captain Collins now. Fleet captain for you. Congratulations.
Long enough to find some answers. My sister.
She was a damn fine pilot. She is. Well, that's what I planned. She got me out of several jams, that's for sure. She's something. The Lieutenant Ty needed on the bridge.
Yes, sir. Captain April.
Lieutenant Ty. I like her. She's sharp.
Good you.
Captain of the Enterprise. Temporarily. I think he's looking at
Till they can talk you into it there.
Good. I had a chance to familiarize myself with the crew. You have? They're a good bunch. You like them. Young. Some will surprise you. What do you think? I think if we can figure out how the explosive device got aboard the Endeavor, I'll use this as Starling and Grace. Beginning assembly of the senior department has 1,300 hours in the briefing room, okay? Has everybody checked in? Everyone except communications officer, lieutenant here. I'll have to be briefed when he gets here. She's there. Dex. Yeah. Just so we're clear, this is your ship. You're the captain of the Enterprise. And I'm just here to utilize your skills and the technology.
Yeah.
Do you want to tour the ship? I'd like to see my room first.
No, you're the captain. I'm not gonna. Yeah, sure. He knows whether they, they're going to try and get you in the second seat. And under the circumstances, it would not be unusual for everyone to have sidearms since they're all be in alert status.
So, Mr. Daniels,
What the hell are you doing here?
Dr. April? I'd like to speak with you.
Yeah, she's the new chief medical officer. Didn't you see that? Did you not get the memo, fleet captain? Would you mind not alarming the patient?
How the hell does this happen? You need to explain yourself. You took a commission without discussing it with me.
I tried to discuss it with you many times, but you shut me out.
I shut you. I never shut it. I never shut you. I never did no such thing.
My bags have been packed for days. Did you not notice? Or did you not care?
Of course I care. That's a...
You have a funny way of showing it.
That is low.
I apologize.
Were you planning on telling me?
I was going to tell you. I tried to tell you. You don't listen to anything.
Well, I'm so sorry my life has become a burden to you, Sarah.
That was low. I have tried to help you. I've tried to be there for you, and in truth, I still am. I know you're going through some
I think this would have been better to lock it down in a tripod, maybe them back and forth with the handheld. I don't know. I think there's too many handheld shots these days.
And I'm not going to sit around and wait for you to make up your mind. I have to do what's best for us, and I have to do what's best for me.
I was staying on Earth for you!
You were staying on Earth for yourself. Because you were scared, and you have every right to be. But don't delude yourself on the reasoning.
I cannot protect you up here.
I am a Starfleet officer. You don't need to protect me.
You want to talk? You want to talk? Let's talk. No, I'm here right now, so let's talk through this. What do you want to hear? Let's see. What do you want to hear? You want to hear that I am broken? There you go. That I messed things up. I know I did. I know I did. I am not the man I once was, and I have no idea how to be that again.
Yes.
A fan film with a family squad.
Oh yeah.
I'm on my way.
Married couple, they're gonna, you know.
We should be discussed.
Just don't do it in front of the crew. Okay.
You mean like Ed Kelly on the
Pretty much, yeah.
Captain on the bridge. Welcome to the bridge, Captain.
One thing about the pilot era bridges that everyone misses. There was no gap in the hand railing going around the sides. It was just strictly in front and behind the captain. It was a continuous rail all the way around. That's something everyone misses.
About a week after we launched it. Monitor the primary computer system. Invite to the staff meeting.
How's the view?
Forward view, Mr. Corbin.
Aye, sir. Forward view.
I think I could ever get tired of that.
And yeah, I did call him on the view screen thing. That's the wrong screen. God, yeah, but the old screen was too small and they rejected for the reason. So
I'm really looking forward to this assignment, sir.
We all are, young. Thank you.
and again, everything explained by this was April's bridge. Pike's bridge had a smaller screen for some reason.
Sister, how are you?
Lyra, are you coming home? The Empress is angry. You have to come home.
I've made my decision. I'm staying. Lyra, I don't want to waste time talking about that. I'm late and I have to hurry.
I miss you, and I wanted to say goodbye. I had to sneak from quarters just to speak with you.
I miss you too. I wish I could see you before I leave.
Why won't you come home?
You will constantly be on my mind. Never a moment where I'm not thinking of you. And I will return as fast as I can with amazing stories of adventure.
I really hope they're worth it.
Oh, man. A little tiny hologram is suddenly making me think of Star Wars.
Well, no, it's like, it's a little personal device. Like, no, I have no problem with this or anything.
Bridge?
Got a couple schematics I want to go making as quickly as I can. You know the way? I do? Okay. Thank you.
Oh, and smacking a fleet captain.
Lyra, sir.
Lieutenant Lyra, Communications Officer.
Correct, sir.
Wrote your dissertation on galactic translations. It's interesting work.
Thank you, sir. My areas of specialties are linguistics, languages, and
They
dialogue.
did say they're going to continue to tweak this as time goes on, so the music, the sound mix will be a little more balanced. Because the parts that just kind of drown out the dialogue.
Captain April, I'd like you to meet Ensign Brooks.
Ensign?
So, what is it you do aboard this ship?
Astrophysics, sir.
Astrophysics?
Yes, sir.
Science of space?
Yes, sir. With a specialty in star cartography. That's my specialty. It's stellar.
Ensign Brooks is one of our brightest and finest. He's, well, we call him Mr. Books. He's always studying.
Thank you, sir. I mean, I am.
Where are you off to, Ensign?
Just off duty, sir. There's new entry in the physics manual I need to catch up on. It appears that dark matter is theorized to actually be multidimensionally faceted, not just existing in light.
Yeah, okay, we don't need to know that.
Sir, let me just say it was an honor. It's an honor meeting you, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, go to your books before you wet yourself.
Brooks is one of my pet projects.
You're already a teacher.
Hey.
I don't want to keep you from doing your work. Seems like you have plenty of other excuses for that.
Yeah, where is it?
And now you're up to 6 upvotes.
All right. Well, hey, well, if it helps. Meanwhile,
Lieutenant.
Yes,
Nice to meet your eyes.
I don't know some of the reasons of the explosion. The Enterprise launch pushed forward. I believe this is the most vulnerable spot on the ship. We need to do a full sweep. Post around the clock guards. Go with Commander.
whoopsie.
Someone there?
Come on, it's just one drink. Some accidentally have drinks on your planet.
Of course we have beverages. Do you think thirst is an attribute exclusively Terran?
I have no idea what you just said.
Set your faces on stone. I want them alive.
Yeah, and referring to weapons as phasers is a bit of an issue too.
Wait, where are you going? Okay, fire! Get this thing analyzed. I know what card's on it now.
Yeah, that seems a little rough. There, I think I could give that another pass.
Moved at all? No, sir. Not an inch.
Sarah?
Its physiology is completely different from ours. I'm not even sure where its organs are. It's clearly still alive because it's breathing, I think. Maybe in some form of hibernation or hyperdinamic.
That agrees with our limited intel.
Can we wake it up?
They'll know its biology. There's no telling what the effect of that is.
That's a chance we're going to have to take.
Considering it
Communicate with this thing.
sustained phaser fire. Multiple
Lieutenant
weapons.
Lyra. You're required at sick bay immediately. So now we know how we got on board. We reviewed the security tapes.
Sure is creepy. Yeah. There's nothing like it. Me neither. We found this on the alien.
What do you think it is?
Don't know exactly. It could be a transmitter.
Yeah, I'll get it checked out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If we try to revive this thing, can you incapacitate it quickly if necessary?
Everybody be safe. Let's try to revive it. Be safe.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wakey, wakey. Let's pump him full of stimulants and then hit him again with the phaser fire.
I'd be reluctant to give it another dose, though.
All right, back out of there. Be careful. Back up!
Sarah? You can see through it, couldn't you?
What's it saying?
It's difficult to make out. Saying the same thing over and over. All will die.
Well, we know that line already. His reaction to the phaser rifle. Oh, do we really now?
Nothing. It's just laughing.
Kill it.
Yeah.
They obviously have enemies. There has to be some record of vulnerabilities. And what are the weaknesses then?
It is hard to say. We just do not have an abundance of information.
What information do we have?
Almost everything is from Vulcan sources. We think a mention of them from what limited access we had to Romulan records. But I could not even tell you how old of a species they are what planet they come from, what galaxy that planet is found in. Nothing.
What do we know?
The tentacles, they serve as extremities, but they also serve as some sort of respiratory system. We think, again, we do not have a knowledge for that. We know that hibernation is crucial. We know that they emit bursts of light to confuse their prey. We know they wake up with one purpose, to destroy.
More destructions.
Exactly. They feed. They take out everything in their way.
Like that hostages.
It seems they have evolved to be cruel. Their purpose is to become more vicious, to find better ways to kill, to terrorize. It seems like that is what they do.
And they just made it personal, didn't they?
There's no reason for that.
Could I ask you to stop breathing?
Sir, I've got something over here you might want to take a look.
They found a boom boom in the nacelle.
The tricorder reading, sir. It seems there's a foreign object hidden behind the B-33 conduit.
That's not good. Lieutenant, I need you to meet me at the control access portal. We're going to need to present that to the captain for further inspection.
Now, once they go into warp, boom!
It uses the same frequency found on transmitter.
What the hell is it?
It was collecting data. It was virtually invisible. Without that frequency, we never would have found it.
I've done extensive analysis on Duotronics functions and routines, and I found something quite peculiar. See here. The device connected itself to the computer's logic bank through this connection here. It seems to have a preset system. If it hadn't been for you finding that frequency, you probably would not have found the device until after it performed its primary function, which is to disable the ship and leave it stranded in the middle of nowhere. To what end? It sends out a signal, like a beacon, to God.
Rings the dinner bell. Mr. Corbin, any way to trace the transmission to the source?
We are already on it.
Lieutenant, contact Starfleet Command. Give them this frequency. Make sure none of our other ships have this thing.
Yes, sir.
Oh my. We have tracked the transmission. It seems the signal is being sent to a ship on the far side of Jupiter. It is on such a low frequency it was meant to be hidden.
How did you find it?
We were able to track the signal using the device found on the intruder.
Uh-huh.
But wouldn't that alert them that we found the device?
Oh, dear.
What's that?
It looks as if the device just armed itself.
Now what?
Now we're going to dump this trash chute.
Deck 7, emergency override speed.
Transportation room, I said.
You just have the transporter beam to deep space, energize, and leave the beam open.
I said.
Stop! Energize!
And this one they got right because when the first couple pilots they used the same console and the helm on the the bridge. They just moved the console down. They hadn't built the transporter console yet.
If it had been a direct hit, he'd already be dead.
Not contagious.
No. Barely able to keep his vitals at the minimum level to keep him alive. Sarah had a plan. biological weapon like this? I'd hate to think.
What's permission to change my shorts?
Exactly. It's destroying his biological tissue at a molecular level. It's eating him alive.
Options.
I've been able to slow the progression somewhat, but I can't get rid of it completely. We simply don't have the knowledge. I'm gonna put him in stasis.
Mm-hmm.
Placed in stasis. Hopefully we can hold him in its current condition. No pain. No further damage. I want time to analyze the virus, maybe find a cure. I don't even know if stasis is only degradation. This way, I can take him to another medical base. There's nothing more we can do here. Robert, it's all I've got.
Yeah, another note. Not all scenes have to have a music bed. This should be just fine with no music and just the sound effects.
What are you about?
That is a tendency, though, with some fan film producers. Like they feel they got to layer in the music all over the place, and every damn scene's got to know. Certain scenes, just let the mood itself carry. Right?
When it comes to me, it seems like layering in all that music all the time seems to be, making up for something else.
No, I just like it's just one more thing. It's a tendency to use all the crayons in the box. It's like you just need a couple. You know? And it's also when you're locked in yourself to the one soundtrack. It's like they didn't have this scene in there, you know.
Robert, I need to put him back under.
Nothing about it when since it's the Star Trek II soundtrack, the scene with Peter Preston when he dies, getting that blood stain on there. There's no music.
Also, remember that scene being a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, there was an extended cut, but either way, still no music. Just a little bit of sound effects for real, so.
Oh boy.
Hey, friend.
Starfleet operations. This is Enterprise. Request permission to depart space dock.
This is Starfleet operations. Enterprise is clear for departure.
Clear all moorings.
All moorings cleared, sir.
Take us out, Mr. DePriest. 1/4 impulse power.
Regulations specify thrusters only while in space dock, Captain. Like thrusters ahead. Once you clear the space dock, go to 1/4 impulse. And then warp 6 at earliest opportunity. By the way, Samuel Calkins is the lead visual effects guy on this one. So when they go to the visual, it's in good, and they go to the digital, it is in good hands here. But yeah, there's something said for having a physical model.
How long until we reach Jupiter?
5 hours.
Lieutenant Lear,
Yes, sir.
alert the senior staff. Meeting in 10 minutes.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Long-range scanning has proven problematic, although we do know that the signal is coming from that ship. However, the magnetic field from the planet is so dense that it's throwing off our sensors.
The field works both ways. We can't see that.
But they won't be able to see us either. Excellent deduction, Captain. Even moving through the Jovian system would provide a sort of camouflage.
Question is,
yeah.
are the hostages there?
There's no way of knowing for certain. But we're announcing the possibility we have.
That's where we're going.
After the signal boost, won't they expect us?
For all they know, our ship was destroyed.
Good
We can hide
point.
the Enterprise on the outskirts of a nearby asteroid.
My team will beam aboard this ship,
Search for hostages, try to gather intel.
This isn't like walking into a hologram library. This is an alien ship. How do you plan on garnering intel from a place where you don't understand the technology or the language? I actually might be able to.
Go ahead.
Well, in transition. Well, I was just looking at the
Security guy does look familiar.
Symbols next on 278 model computation system, which, I mean, clearly it's not because of reasons, but the point is, it indicates that submarines do in fact use computer systems. They're not entirely biologically dependent.
So,
Okay.
you could use an extractor to infiltrate their database.
Precisely.
And Peaches here, you know.
Regardless of language read,
Yeah, link's still good if you want to pop in.
written in binary code. And for once aboard the ship, sir, all you need to do is place this anywhere near one of their computer systems. Turn the threshold to full. It'll extract all the information therein, thus the name.
Sounds like we have a plan.
Hi, PJ.
All right. He said 70. Yeah.
My sister's down. I'll be the first one. Thank you.
Anything else? All right. People.
All right. Well,
What?
this is a can't join panel, but thanks.
We have a responsibility to Starfleet and to those hostages.
All right. Don't know, was that a barfing herself here? Especially after that, you know, search for food in the first place.
A strong team going down the way.
No, this seems reckless. We should wait for backup.
There's no time. Constitution's too far away. I don't want Chris to be another one of those things.
I'm going.
No.
If you get hit, then I can give you some of the slow bombs to
I
help.
need you to stay here. I need you to stay here. I'm going to forgive myself for something. Yeah. On my way. I know how I said it.
All right.
Mr. Young, all set?
There's too much interference. There's no way I can transfer our babies at the same time. I can't guarantee staying quality.
I'm going first.
Sir, if there's an issue.
There's an issue, I'll handle it.
Sir, as head of security, it's my duty.
Sir, I'm the only one aboard who can understand.
Lieutenants, you have your orders. Mr. Young, transport.
It'll be along shortly. I suppose you can even argue, you know, the difference in the transporter noise is like, oh, the big that was under Pike saying, and it was an added thing, and they dropped it. They really didn't really need it. No. You can work around a lot of this stuff. They really, all of it, really wouldn't squint too much.
Come on, get me over there.
Got too much interference.
How long is it going to take?
I'm trying to equalize the magnetism here. I can't even bring the bleeding captain back at this point.
Come on.
Screw this into a shuttlecraft. Yeah, again, anybody talking about, you know, see, yeah, we're just going to grab a shuttlecraft and see ya. Anybody say we can't use those old props? They look cheesy. It's all in really the presentation. if you treat them seriously, if you treat it like a serious weapon in the show, the audience will go along with it. They'll take, okay, it's a serious weapon.
Not far from the landing bay.
That'll make things easy then.
Give the audience a certain amount of credit here. I don't think you got to spoon feed them everything. It's kind of the old thing about Roddenberry's point about explaining the function of the phasers is like. Does Marshall Dillon explain the breed of his horse before he hops in and reads off? And did Joe Friday explain the workings of his 38, service revolver? How the firing pin activates the primary and shoots the. No, you see him use it, and you go on from there. Same thing with those little hand lasers.
Too much to love, sir. They haven't been alerted to our presence. Always on our side.
This house this way.
DA in the Rittenhouse case.
Got
it. That weapon at all.
No, it wasn't. That's a separate issue. We're not going to go into it now.
Not much time.
Ready.
Yeah, in this case, it's probably better you did get a shuttlecraft over there because you got people to rescue. Hello, Mr. Elvis. What are you doing?
Plant the charges and move.
Serious sideburns there. What? Oh, shit.
Yeah, we're paying. Alright. Put the fire. Find a way around if you can. Get everybody the data back to the ship.
But Captain!
Lieutenant, get yourself and my sister back on that ship. That is a direct order. Lieutenant Tyler?
Security guy!
Knock him down.
He's doing one. Oops. Now he just come out to security guy.
Okay, you right? Whoa, come on. Let's do the shuttle. Come on, go. Pressure on.
Marines, we are leaving.
I'm sorry, Captain. They never should have gotten the drop on you.
It's all right. Just get us out of here. This place is about to blow.
All right. Bye. Yeah, so you want to set off those charges now?
Did we win? Gee, thanks.
We have company.
Hey, Glenn, Price, come in.
Enterprise, I'm about to go.
Mr. Young, we have company. We can use some assistance here.
We're on our way.
Part of me would actually like to get a hold of the
We just lost our sensors.
and put in different music beds to it. Frankly, the music from the Doomsday Machine
Enterprise, hold your
and the
position.
Combat Maneuver would make this.
We're coming here.
You want me more than you want to go that
What's happening?
Lieutenant Ty is attempting to kill us in an asteroid field.
Hi, remember us? The Enterprise comes out. Splash two bad guys. Okay.
Lieutenant? You're tough as nails. Sarah says you're gonna be fine. Just a little dehydrated.
Yeah, it's a good thing she's looking out for me.
That's right.
Yeah, another case of where the vocal overpowering on the sound effects. Come on, guys, back off.
He's in serious condition, but considering the circumstances, he's doing remarkably well. Well, you brought him in time. Another 5 minutes, I wouldn't have been able to do anything.
And Dex?
Take a look at this.
Oh boy.
That is the virus when I first looked at it. And then I started treatment. That's the virus now.
So it's
Mutating. It's like it's anticipating my reaction.
anything be done?
Oh, I'm fortunate that he got hit with a partial blast. I'll have some time to analyze the virus and should be able to synthesize an inoculation, but I don't know how to find a cure.
Captain,
Go ahead.
we've analyzed the data. You need to see this.
I'm on my way.
Uh-huh. I think it may have been a lighting theme, but that looked like a green screen shot with the close-up of the two of them, and I don't think it was.
Go ahead.
That's really not good when it looks like a green screen, and I'm pretty sure it's not a green
One
screen.
capable of finding their virus in massive doses. We're looking at an extinction level, sir.
Do we know when they plan on attack?
According to this, they've left for Earth already.
Oh, crap.
We can beat them there?
Not a work one, sir.
Go to red alert. Mr. Young.
Aye, sir.
You know Steve.
Sir, but we're running the diagnostics.
Mr. Young, the entire population of planet Earth depends on us right now. I need more speed.
Understood, sir. You'll have it.
Lieutenant Leary, get me Captain Gellin aboard the Constitution.
Aye, sir. I have him, sir.
On screen.
Captain Avery.
There's a teller,
I'm
right?
Gellin, sorry. We don't have a lot of time. Hostiles are en route to Earth right now. If we don't make it there in time, we'll be the last line of defense. Is your weapon systems operational?
Yes, sir. We are 3 sectors
Now we'll
away.
start traveling right now. Earth's survival depends on it.
Do what we can.
April out. Mr. Young.
Yes, note to the British and Prodigy. That's what a Tellarite looks like.
We don't have time to snag, Mr. Young.
Aye, sir.
That's a well-groomed Tellarite, too, okay? He's definitely been to the
There's our entry point.
Starfleet barbershop to clean up with it.
inside the ship.
Well, then I'm doing a spacewalk.
Sir, we are in warp. You can't go out there.
That's not entirely true.
Enlighten him, Ensign.
Theoretically, the warp bubble that's created by the ship's draws through space could be extended to protect you as well. Think of it like an Alpha air. Only that bubble will not take an outgoing object for so long. It's temporary safety.
How temporary is Ensign?
5 minutes, 6.
That's cutting it too close. We can't take the chance.
Chances are all we've got. Ensign.
Aye, sir.
Sir.
Best I can figure is they built their own sets. So
Here's the circumstances.
yeah, this is their own bridge, their own sick bay, their own quarters.
These
You know,
things
for-
have a device capable of mass transmitting the virus.
and with that, I can understand why they don't have an engineering set.
How much time do we have?
But I think in the circumstances, they could have taken a trip to Georgia. And, you know,
There's,
got the engine room for the, for the day.
Hey, it's what you do. It's what we do.
Are you going to stand here and watch me work, or are you going to go captain the ship? Yeah,
Okay.
we'll kiss later. Go. Save the planet.
Okay.
This is Captain
They've
Gellin
taken
of the
over.
USS Constitution. You are entering Earth space. I hereby order you to stop your ship immediately and state your business. So we know what the answer is.
Take
face of action now.
Really hard to blow up.
Shields are at 42%, sir. Photon torpedoes have minimal effect on their ship. Phasers. They're not operational.
Oh, great.
Find me a way to penetrate those shields. Aye, sir. Sir, I've modified your communicator. It will signal you as soon as the warp bubble begins to deteriorate. Once that alerts you, you'll have 1 minute to get back inside the ship before...
Just get at it. Okay.
Activating work bubble.
Danger. Radiation. Contamination level at 50% of tolerance. You now have 4 minutes of protection remaining. Danger. Contamination level at 100% of tolerance. You now have no protection remaining.
Good. Roll back to 6. Engage.
You did it.
Now get my ass to sick bay.
Sir,
Out comes the mega weapon.
we're not in range yet.
Australia has been hit.
To some extent, it's kind of in the same state as the motion picture was. It's not entirely finished.
Shields at 68%.
Return fire.
Sir, their shields are too strong. We can't keep trading blows like this.
We can't just do nothing here. When they fire their biological weapon, what's the status of their shield?
Sir, system scan does indicate their shields were lowered for a fraction of a second in order to put all energy into the weapon.
So in order to actually hit them, we have to let them fire on Earth again. So they're sitting there, they're not going to start their fires.
If the Serene don't perceive us as a threat, they may...
Shield at 7%.
Did kind of hurt it.
That's right, the moats just brought some moment. You have to make them think we're dead.
Sir?
We're not attacking the Constitution. Imitate that. Turn everything off. Except the game.
Your Constitution doing the same thing here.
We take the
We can take one hit, sir.
brace for impact.
Alright. And just hope they don't drift into a
It's
decaying
working, sir.
orbit.
They're attempting to fire on Earth.
For my mom.
Ready phasers.
Fire. Fire now!
There we go. Okay.
And the final rounds of serum have been delivered planet-side. The inoculation should help defend against the vulnerable substance there.
Thank God.
Okay.
Cause?
The virus had progressed too far for me to reverse the damage. I was able to stop the spread. He's been delivered to Starfleet Medical in the best hands possible. He's not going to be Captain again. I'm sorry. Not a lot of patience.
Yeah, only a sister could get away with that.
This one's a people grow. You're just talking about a living brain.
Yeah, she's a good one. She's a good one.
Okay, we'll get back on here. All right.
I was just thinking the same thing about you.
Sir, Lieutenant, I apologize. I didn't mean to intrude.
It's a turbo lift. Can't intrude.
Yeah.
Thanks, sir.
Why don't you tell everybody else, boss?
Yes, sir. Deck 7.
He's having fun.
Everything all right, Mr. Brooks?
Yes, sir, of course. Not really, sir. Permission to speak freely, sir?
Granted.
Sir, I'm thinking about resetting the inventory on the cap for space. I don't belong here.
Turbo lift stop.
Whoop.
Thanks. If you could help me out, everything will flow
No, sir, but the moats, Captain Collins, they're all...
We can be a friend. That is allowed. Sometimes we don't know what we need. In that confusion, it can be a little tough to navigate.
Scared, sir.
Terrible. We all are. But if you want stars, you're not that far.
That's the case that need to back off of the music bed a bit, guys. Gotta hear the dialogue. This isn't a Robert Altman film, okay? You need to hear what's going on.
Doors open.
This is my floor.
Thank you, Yeoman. On the screen?
Oh, she's happy.
Mother?
Will you look at yourself like a commoner? You look disgusting.
It's Rick.
Child, you will immediately cancel your acceptance of this mission and return to Andoria. If you do not, your name will be stricken from the royal decree. There is no greater disgrace.
Empress,
I think there's a bit of an editing glitch there.
I must do what I feel.
Don't be ridiculous. You do not have time to feel when you have a royal duty. Your subjects, your future loyal subjects, are waiting for you to assume the...
Bite me, Your Majesty. Yeah. Yeah. She's out of the will.
Bridge. Yeoman, establish ship to service with my father, John April.
Son?
Hi, Dad. How are you?
I can't complain. I guess you could complain. But you don't hear some complaints.
Last time I saw you, you said I belong on your ship.
Did? Said I raised you pretty strong.
I know what I want, Dad. I want my wife always by my side. I want adventure, discovery. I want things that I've never seen before. I want to go beyond. It's going to be a long 5 years.
Don't be a good 5 years.
I want the Enterprise.
Well, you're already there, so...
Captain on the bridge. Eddie.
Got the insignia.
So it begins.
As long as it's with you.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say something about later?
Yes, as the captain kisses his chief surgeon on the bridge in front of the crew and everybody.
I know. Follow me. Let's make Captain Collins proud.
I got a good approximation, a little bit of
Captain
view screen
Log.
gooseneck thing. Yeah.
Stardate 2312.2. The Enterprise is ready for duty. Our 5-year mission begins today. To explore. To learn the secrets that lie. To find our place in the universe. The good Lord has seen fit to provide us with plenty of stars to steer by. May He also see fit to provide a strong wind in our sails and safe passage on our journeys. April out. Lieutenant Tide, you are ahead.
Aye, sir. You are ahead.
Okay.
Clear on board.
All lines cleared, sir.
Well done. Take us out. 1/4 impulse power.
Aye, sir. 1/4 impulse power.
Let's see what's out there.
Yeah, a little Picard-esque in there.
Space. The final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission: to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Okay. All right. Well, we're in the credits now. So, okay, on the grand scale of fan films and their various, shortcomings and camera work is right up there with them, except for the shaky handheld during that scene in quarters. How is it? No, stick with just lock it down to a tripod and shoot normally. Don't try and be, Mr. Artiste here. Definitely back off on the music bed is drowning out some of the dialogue here and there. You don't need to fill every scene with music. Sound effects should be, really should be that's where the wallpaper thing should be with the sound effects. Music shouldn't really blend in that much, but you also don't want it. That's why you don't want it ever present, because when it does show up, you want to make a statement with it. But overall, this is definitely, one of the last big fan films before the guidelines came down and shut everyone down, because they'd already shot their last scene when they came down. So that's why their grandfather didn't allow them to put the whole thing up. I put up my first review of this thing. Yeah, okay, it made it, and I got a response from I think the director or whoever's in charge of this thing. He appreciated the comments, but he also addressed a couple quibbles I got, like the view screen and a few other things. When I first put my review of this thing about a year ago, man, he did, mention, my few little technical issues with it, like the size of the view screen on the bridge and a few other things. And said, they know that, but they, kind of like the same basic reason why those designs were not used later on. It's like why they changed the view screen to the bigger screen, because you get a better picture that way. Now, this one they could go back and clean up a more, take another run at the visual effects. And again, I would also really go at the soundtrack with a bit of a hammer. And again, as much as we all love the James Horner soundtrack, it really doesn't fit this era, okay? cobble together something from the original series. You know, like that chase scene in the shuttlecraft with the two aliens going after him. That music didn't fit really. I'll give that. It's like I would have gone for a mix of Corbin White Maneuver and Doomsday Machine. That maybe even the fight music from the mock time. It was something a little more action oriented. Because what they had was too much of this sweeping sailing ship type thing. And yes, there's our old pal Samuel Cockings. He's their head, their visual effects supervisor, and he's on, his name comes up, comes up a few other times. Yeah, lead VFX, that's what, and there he is again. Now there is an IMDb page for this too, so these things are getting noticed. Oh yeah. Now there is a tag, after credits scene with this where they allude to Harry Mudd being in there. So that's the only reason I'm letting this run out. Otherwise, I'd go ahead and bailed. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, Starship miniature photographed at the Dave's School, Universal Studios, Orlando, Florida. It's a bit of there's a film school on Universal. I looked at it myself when I first found it. Yeah, and it's for this kind of production, they have studio space and going. And there's a video somewhere on YouTube of them with an 11-foot long Enterprise model they built for this thing. If you're going old school, you're going old school. So. And also the fact that you're dealing with professional actors, so yeah, SAG after they get a blurb in here. They essentially donated their time. So, there we go, and coming up on. Because everyone who bailed out early is going to be, because they missed out on this here. But yeah, they say first, part 2 coming up, but there are no plans currently for a second one because of this, the crap that's come down here. We're back at the scene here. And
hello, ladies. How are you doing tonight? My name is Hawthorne Fenton Mudd, and you two are looking lovely. Oh my God, I'm seeing doubles and I'm not even drunk yet. Is this real? It's gorgeous.
Mud?
Mud, yes, you can call me Harry that.
Is it dirt?
You can call me anything you want, actually. What are you two ladies getting into tonight?
Not you.
Oh, well.
Okay. And that's it for that. Oh, yeah. And of course, it's pulled here. Yeah, Star Trek was an attempt to say that humanity will reach maturity and wisdom on the day that it begins not just to tolerate, but take a special delight in differences in ideas and differences in life forms. No. You don't get away that easily. Get back here. Get back here, you.
Is it dirt?
You can call me anything you want, actually. What are you two ladies getting into tonight?
Not you. Not you.
Oh, well.
I think in that case, they would have added the cheesy mustache. Okay, now let's give this a proper reading here. And then this is from what is standard lecture. And I think this is really the heart of Star Trek right here. I'm talking about Gene's vision. This was Gene's vision right here. Star Trek was an attempt to say that humanity will reach maturity and wisdom on the day that it begins, not just to tolerate, but to take a special delight in differences in ideas and differences in life forms. If we cannot learn to actually enjoy these small differences, take a positive delight in those small differences between our own kind here on this planet, then we do not deserve to go out into space and meet the diversity that's almost certainly out there. That's your Star Trek vision right there in a nutshell. So, does everyone talk about, well, that's not against Gene's vision? That's Gene's vision right there. Beyond the fact that he was trying to make a living and make some money, as he certainly every trick on the book to make money, adding lyrics to the Star Trek theme, even though they were never going to be sung. He was doing all kinds of things. You know, so how do I get this out of here? Oh, get that there. He was also trying to say some stuff, and part of it was experience with the lieutenant when he tried to say some stuff. He ran up against real life thing, like the one that really the birth of Star Trek really kicked it into for him. He had been toying with some ideas for a while. It was like a month after that episode, was supposed to air that he wrote the first treatment for Star Trek, or the pitch. Is that when trying to make societal commentary, he was running into roadblocks because, with Lieutenant, they required cooperation from the Pentagon and from the Marine Corps in order to use, Camp Pendleton and use actual Marines as extras in the back, and so he thought, and people like Jonathan Swift with Gulliver's Travels, that thing is lousy with social commentary on the situation of the day. Swipes against the royal family and the upper classes and the aristocracy and all that, but it's all couched in such fanciful terms, Lilliputians, Lilliputians and everything else, and big ends and small ends, and it slipped right on by the people he was taking swipes at. And that's the way to do it. He wants to talk about this Vietnam thing coming up and the racial strife going on because the civil rights movement was starting up. Vietnam was starting to get it. Kennedy got us into Vietnam with advisors. And again, there was many cases he was going to pull us out, but Johnson was a big thing. He kind of ramped it up. The last two episodes of The Lieutenant was actually Lieutenant Rice going to Vietnam. I mean, this was 1964, so it hadn't really gone high gear yet, but it was starting to look bad because, what are we doing there? These people don't, they're not quite sure what they want themselves. What are we doing? And he wanted to make some comments on it. And again, the age-old things of sexual equality and things were starting to build up at that point. And they realized if you're going to make this stuff, you're going to have national television, you got to figure out a way around the censors because they were not allowing it. And that's where Star Trek comes from. Where it's like, okay, if we sit on a planet with a bunch of polka dot people, it'll fly right on by the network censors because it'll look ridiculous. But the audience that he's looking for, they'll get it. That is one thing Roddenberry never underestimated. In fact, his big saying, I think he may even had it on a sign in the office somewhere, in the office, there is an intelligent life form on the other side of that television tube. One of the things they all rejected was the idea that the television audience has an infantile mind. That their only purpose there is to sell soap and convince the audience they smell bad. And they should be smoking Winston cigarettes. Or Salem, depending on which commercial, who's sponsoring this week. And they should be buying an Oldsmobile, damn it. Because what's good for GM is good for America. But, Ralph Nader's a commie nut gab, that kind of crap, But that's, and so a big thing we're looking at the fan film. Okay, how will these fan films we look at hold up those ideals of, it's just, we can be better. That's the main thing. We can do better. We can treat each other better. We don't have to be, at each other's throats all the damn time over stupid little differences that make no difference. And also have a little fun once in a while. Not everything has to be, some drawn out sermon from Mount Olympus. But I think this one measures up. It certainly, there are some calls for, we're going to make this canon. That's not how it works, okay? And again, there's some issues I have with it because it's not the way I would have done Captain April. One day, if I won the lottery, I might have a chance at that too. But I got to think the way things, because I think the whole 5-year mission thing, that really didn't start until Kirk. Before that, they tended to just shake out at around 5, 6, 7 years, 5, 10 years. But it wasn't set in stone that you'll be out 5 years and then that's it. No, they go out, they do what they do, and generally they can figure, the ship can handle about 5 years before things go weird. So eventually it's codified. Okay, we're getting out on a 5-year mission. Trying to get yourself killed, And so, That brings us to a close. Another one. We still have not heard any word back from Vic Mignogna on joining us on one of these. If anybody knows how to get a hold of him, feel free. Hey, this Captain April guy, I send you an invite. Come on, it's a good show. It's fun, and hopefully that will get enough of a panel here. We can have the discussion going here. Right now, 4 people. That 4 is the most people we've had so far, and it's a decent crowd. I wish you'd be able to have been here. Well, now it's another 3. But yeah, it's like I wish we could have bigger crowds during the show. That, a little livelier discussion here. But yeah, I'm not gonna. We've been at for an hour and a half here. I think that's enough here. So we will begin this next week, and we'll dig up another one here. I've got a few in reserve because Steph's thrown a bunch at me. Mostly in the Avalon universe. There's some guys have done their own little alternate timeline called Avalon Universe, and there's an episode where they explain it all, and that way they can use the original series sets, but JJ uniforms, whatever. Okay, whatever floats your boat.
Well, there's that Voyager.
And they look pretty polished. Yeah, and there's also another one. I think it's one of Samuel Cochrana's ones because he's all over these things. But I think it's one he's actually involved in, where it's Voyager 7. It's not on the Voyager. It's actually on a Nova class. I didn't catch the name of the ship, but it was actually USS Explorer. Yeah, but it's a smaller ship, and they decent Star Trek story. I might get into that sometime. Get that one called up. But that's in the future. So where we will all spend the rest of our lives. So it all. But anyway, this has been the Monday Night Fan Film Watch Party. Thanks for joining us, those who did. Those who come in later, thanks for coming in later and watching this, because that's why I'm keeping it short. PayPal link down below, and we will talk at you later.
Thank you.